If you're a man that needs a woman, you are going to be the first one to actually lose her. Yeah, and I'm gonna say it again, guys. You're gonna be losing the woman because you're showing her that you need her, and this is something that you never wanna do with a woman. In this video, I'm going to break down why she needs you more than you need her, and how to use that and how to learn the modern relationships nowadays. And in this video is gonna show you how to get her to chase you and invest in you as well as respect you. So I'm gonna give you guys a story, okay? So back then, maybe I would say when I was 19, 20 years old, I was in love with this one girl, right? She was my ex-girlfriend. It was a girl that I was with for a while. And the one mistake that I have made was showing her that I was the guy that was all over her, that did not want to lose her because I'm like, she's the most perfect girl. I don't want to lose her. And me showing her that is making her want to leave me even more because she knows that I'm not going to leave her no matter what. And she had the upper hand in the relationship. But the thing, guys, is that I didn't necessarily want to stay with her and be with her more because of the fact she was gorgeous, but I was just scared to be alone. And that is one thing that most guys fail with, is not learning to be alone. I thought to myself that if I give her everything, if I show her I'm invested to her 100%, give her all my time and all my money, she is not going to leave me. But guys, at the end of the day, she ended up cheating on me. She ended up sleeping with her ex-boyfriend, fucking him while we were together. So it isn't about how much you give a woman, right? It's about not really caring. And that's where I made a mistake in actually giving everything and showing her that I was afraid to lose her and that I needed her more, which is what ended up having her pull away from me even more. And again, as well, she wasn't a woman that I should have probably stayed with and stuff, because she wasn't the most high quality woman that I should have been with, right? But this is why, guys, I also made for you guys a free guide. Yes, you can go to my bio and click it to download it. And this guide is going to give you 10 quality spots to meet high quality women. That is not spending all your money going to the bar, buying drinks, going to the club, and getting with low quality women. Make sure you guys click in the bio to get your copy today for free. So guys, we're going to talk about the truth about power in relationships, okay? And that leads me to point number one, and that is going to be power comes from willingly walking away. So guys, I know I've said this plenty of times in all of my videos, but you never, ever want to chase a woman no matter what, right? I know you guys hear this every single time in every video, not just mine, but other dating coaches as well, or just guys in general saying you shouldn't chase, right? And that is a rule that no matter what is something you don't do, right? You don't chase women, you don't beg, you don't do any of that, right? Because this is the problem. When you start chasing, you start to create validation for her. She's gonna feel like she's the top #1 woman, and now she's gonna need all this attention from you, and you don't do that, right? The only time you are gonna actually maybe somewhat be interested in her and talk to her and show her like she's the woman is when you're in a relationship, right? But even then, when you're in a relationship, you still don't show her that you are chasing her 100% to a point where, hey, like, please don't leave me type of thing, right? Yes, I know you guys don't want her to end up leaving you, but you don't do that by necessarily telling her not to and then just continuously chase her and chase her and chase her, because she is not going to stay. That's just facts. This is why when you guys are in a relationship, you need to understand this. If a woman disrespects you, right, and she continuously does it, right, not just the first time, right, just continuously happens, number one, you didn't set your priorities straight in the beginning, which happens, right? A lot of us guys don't do that, right? But let's say it happens, you need to be able to have balls to walk away from the relationship and walk away from the situation for it to escalate even more. You don't want it to escalate. You don't want to get into a point where you're continuously arguing with her, because at the end of the day, guys, I'm the type of guy that if I'm in a relationship with a woman and we got into some problems, I'm not going to go back and forth and argue with her. I'm the type of guy to just shut down and be like, all right, whatever, the fuck out of here. Let me do what I got to do. I got to keep it going, right? But if she's disrespecting me, you got to understand this, guys. She disrespects you once, she's going to do it again. She's going to do it the third time, especially if you don't put her in her place. So if she does, you need to have the balls to walk the fuck away. You need to have the balls to say, we're done. That's it. I don't care if this is a girl you've been with X amount of time. I don't care if this is a girl that you are probably living with, or this is a girl that you're like, oh, this is my future, this is gonna be my wife. I don't give a fuck. You are going to leave her. You need to set, if she doesn't understand it the first time when you tell her that you don't tolerate disrespect, or even if it leads to the second time, you should already set the ground and be like, I'm done. That's it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to come back home to disrespect as a man, right? And most other men are going to disagree. A lot of other men's like, oh, everything has to be 50-50, this and that. But like, no, at the end of the day, guys, like, as a man, the only thing we want is respect and to come home with peace, right? We don't want to argue. We don't want to get into no problems, because what do men end up doing when they start arguing with women? When something's not going well, a man is going to go outside and find something to seek some sort of peace, right? And to men, what is that peace? They shut down, they stay alone, they go out with their boys, shit happens. Next thing you know, fucking proms happen, guy cheats on her, and then now it's his fault because he didn't know how to communicate with her, right? Telling her exactly, hey, I don't tolerate disrespect, this and that. So as a man, what do? Go out, drink, could go fuck a chick, right? That's the reality, right? And then we get blamed on because we were the one that was ended up cheating, right? But to avoid that, guys, make sure you put her in her place if she disrespects you. And if she doesn't listen to you, then you walk away from the relationship. I don't care, like I said, how long you guys been together, you walk away. And you make it known from the beginning, because I'm gonna tell you this, a woman that sees that a guy is not afraid to leave or walk away, she's gonna want you even more, bro. Like if she sees that you're the type of guy to literally just leave everything, be like, listen, I'm done, I don't give a fuck. If she knows you have that type of attitude, she is not gonna wanna disrespect you. She is not gonna wanna leave you. It's gonna attract her even more. It's crazy because we always hear this thing where it's like, hey, the only way a woman stays with you is if you're constantly like talking to her, chasing her, and doing all that. Yes, as a man, if you're in a relationship, you should be able to treat your girl, have a conversation, show her a good time, right? But at the end of the day, if you're continuously chasing her and accepting everything that she's saying, there's no excitement there. You gotta still have her live in that little feeling where it's like, damn, this guy will leave me if I don't put my shit together. Because most of the time, guys, the reason why divorces happen, the reason why women leave guys is because of the fact the man doesn't put his foot down, right, in the beginning. Most men want to live in this modern relationship shit where it's like happy wife, happy life. No, that shit is fucking stupid, right? I mean, yes, you should make your wife happy, make your girlfriend happy, get her the things, you know, spend some time, but that doesn't mean everything that she wants, you give it to her. And what I mean by that is not physical things, but it's like whatever she says goes. Because at the end of the day, in a relationship, a woman's always going to see a man as a leader. And that's why I tell you guys, make sure you be careful who you're going to start dating or who you're going to jump into a relationship with, because that is the most important thing, because it can either break you or make you. I believe that your success comes from the person who you're with. So if you're with a shitty person, you're not going to be successful. If you're with a person that doesn't support you, you're not going to be successful. If you're with a person that is actually there for you and respects you and is willing to push you through those bad times and doesn't take away from you. For example, if you're working hard and she just wants to be like, no, like, why are you doing all that? Why are you doing all that? Let's do this, let's do that. You're never going to make it, bro. And you're always going to be pissed off. So you got to be careful who you get into a relationship with, right? But right now we're going to focus on the actual relationship right now. So make sure you show her that you're willing to leave the relationship. This way she has this feeling like, damn, I need to be, like, I want to be with him. Like, I don't want to lose him. She's going to try her hardest to respect you and take care of you and love you and cherish you. And that leads me to number 2, guys, which is going to be power comes from emotional discipline. Guys, super duper important, right? Number 1, like I mentioned, having the ability to walk away from a relationship. It takes a fucking man to do that, right? And this leads me to number 2, being able to walk away from something emotional happening in the moment, right? Your girl starts arguing with you, wants to start a fight, wants to do whatever the fuck. You need to learn how to control your emotions, okay? You are not a female, right? You don't want drama, because this is what's gonna end up happening. Woman that puts her hands on you is gonna do it again, right? Unless you put her in her place, but you don't wanna hit her. You don't wanna do none of that. I always tell guys, don't do that. Even if a girl hits me, I'm not gonna hit the girl back. I'm gonna make sure she don't do it again, but most likely I'll probably walk away. I don't know, right? It all depends on the situation. But one thing I can tell you guys is don't escalate the situation even further, because this is what's gonna happen. If she says something that she knows is going to trigger you, you don't wanna react in a bad way, because now you lost the situation. You didn't know how to control your emotions, and now she sees like, I can get all the way in through his skin. Like, you don't want her to get through your skin, right? So the number 1 thing you want to do is keep it calm. She wants to argue with you like, oh, what about this? The other day you did this, oh, and wants to start arguing with you. Literally, this is what I do. I just be there, but like, whatever, I don't care. Like, it's gonna piss her off. She's gonna get annoyed, but you still gotta be careful, because if you know you're right. Now, if you're wrong in a situation, sure, talk about it, but don't let your emotions get into the way. The best thing you can do as a man is if you're wrong about something, you tell her, baby girl, I'm sorry, shouldn't have done that. The reason why I did this was because of this way. That's it. Now, if it's not your fault, then you'd be like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna argue with you about it, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to waste my time. Let me do whatever the fuck I gotta do. Leave me alone. Yo, you do that, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. She's gonna get upset. She's gonna be annoyed. Like, oh, why doesn't he want to go back and forth with me? Don't go back and forth. I see a lot of guys do this shit. I know a guy, good old friend of mine, right? He would always argue with his girlfriend about stupid bullshit. To me, I look at it and I'm like, it's funny because they're arguing right in front of us. But at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, like, number 1, why are you arguing with her back and forth? You know how she is. Why would you immediately put more fuel in the fire? Does that make sense? Doesn't make fucking sense, right? So you don't want to continue arguing with this chick. This is why I say, guys, she doesn't want to be with a man who gets all into his emotions. She wants to be with a man who knows how to lead her, a man that knows how to calm down a situation. When a woman sees that you know how to de-escalate something and not make it a big issue, bro, I'm telling you, it is one of the best things that a woman likes. And from that, it shows that you have more power in the relationship. You know how to self-control yourself. You know how to control everything. That is the best thing that you want to do. Because when you do this, you're also going to appear more masculine. You're going to look more masculine. You're going to be in control. You're the man of the relationship. You're the leader, and you're calm. So it's going to show her that like, hey, why shouldn't I listen to him? I have to listen to him. If he knows how to calm down this argument that we have, I know he can calm down an argument outside in the street. or anything like that. This shows you that you have more power in the relationship. Because one thing, guys, is if you don't, right? If you don't do this, if you don't control your emotions, you are going to be like every other guy. You are going to be put in that situation where like she might leave you, she might end up hurting you, she might end up arguing with you, and you don't want to be in that situation. It's something that you don't want. You need to show her that you're not afraid to walk away as well. And this leads me to point number 3. Power comes from having options, right? Now, I'm not saying that if you're in a relationship, you should have options with other women and cheat on your girlfriend. No, I'm not saying that, right? What I'm saying is you need to show her that you have the ability to have options, right? Because this is the thing. You don't necessarily have to tell her like, oh, like I got other options, I got other girls, this and that. You never want to tell a woman that, because number one, now it's going to show that you're cheating, and you don't want to do that, right? So the best way to do this is by actually showing her that you don't really care. And the best way that I can say this, guys, is this. Look, when men get into relationships, this is one thing that it happens, right? They always lose their edge. You used to be that guy that worked out, that went out, made himself look good, buy nice outfits, look the part, maybe get a girl's attention, right? The minute you jump into a relationship, you're with a girl for a while, you start to lose yourself. And then you start to ask yourself why. Because number one, most guys, what they do is they do all this shit to impress women, right? I don't do this shit to impress women, right? I know I can get women. I do this shit because it's for me to feel confident, not just to be around women, but to be around guys, or just to be around in general. People can just feel you by the way you are. If you look great, you look like you work out, you dress good, you have good hygiene, you have confidence, people are automatically going to like you. Now, I'm not saying is that you have to just concentrate on the fact that like you want people to like you. No, but with this comes opportunities. You might get a better job offer, or you might talk to someone who's going to be able to help you open up that business, or whatever it is. Well, a lot of guys, what they end up doing is they get into a relationship, they get too fucking comfortable. And the best way to not get comfortable is by still do the same things that you did when you were single. Now, I'm not saying going out and pick up chicks or, fuck around, go to the bar. I'm not saying that. I'm saying still taking care of yourself. And when you start taking care of yourself, you start looking good, you continue to go to the gym, you get yourself those nice outfits to look good outside. Your girlfriend's gonna automatically think that, hey, I like this guy. He's still the same person he was before, but he still looks good, and he's even looking even better. So she's gonna psychologically think that there could be a girl that can try to take you away from her, right? But at the end of the day, like, that is good because number one, you're not losing your edge, you're looking more confident, and you wanna also show your girl like, hey, if I'm taking care of myself, I want you to take care of yourself as well. Because at the end of the day, you're not just doing it for you, but you also wanna show your girl like, if I'm hitting the gym, I want you to hit the gym too. I don't want you to get fat and ugly and disgusting, right? Because you don't want to get fat, ugly, and disgusting because your girl probably is not gonna want you. She's gonna end up cheating on you with the fucking personal trainer at the gym. And that's just facts. So to avoid all that and not lose yourself, continue to take care of yourself. And your girlfriend might still think like, hey, maybe he's talking to a girl, he's gonna get looking good for another girl, but she's just gonna put little things in her mind that she knows is not true. This is going to psychologically get her to want you even more. And this is the way you are going to have more power in a relationship than she will, right? Besides you being able to walk away, being able to look good, all that is gonna show that you have the ability to have options. And guys, number 4 is going to be power with a purpose. And I've said this before several times in my videos because this is one of the most important things. You need to have purpose. Having purpose in your life gives you power, not just for yourself, but in your relationship too. Women want to be with a guy that has a purpose, right? If you're a guy that's just sitting at home, playing video games, doing nothing with your fucking life, maybe you work a regular fucking job, and at the end of the day, you still don't spend time with your girl or whatever it is, and you just working something regular and just getting by, and you have no drive on continuously doing something, whether it's open up a company or whether it's maybe landing that next job role or getting some skill sets to get you there, guys, you are going to lose your edge. Because what's gonna happen is this: most of the time, women are gonna think that you got too comfortable and that you made everything about her, that she is your mission, right? Women don't ever want to be the end goal of you. Women always want to be a part of your mission. They want to be a part of the journey. They don't want to be the journey. And you're going to hear this shit because most guys are going to say, oh, but this girl said that's not true. Women, they want you to be obsessed with them. They want you to be this. No, never be obsessed for a woman. Never look at the woman as the end goal. That's why I get a lot of guys telling me like, oh, fuck that. Like, I'm not dating women. All you talk about is women, dating women, dating women. I'm like, I don't do this because I want the woman to be your end goal. I'm doing this to make sure you have a better dating life. Because when you have a better dating life and you start dating women, you are going to find the woman that you actually want, and you're going to have a fulfilling relationship. I have slept with women, great women, shitty women, good looking women, ugly women. So I can tell you this, the more experience you have, you are going to get better results as a man. You are going to have a better relationship. Because I have noticed this before, men that have not had experience before and they immediately get into a relationship and they haven't slept with a good amount of women, they tend to go cheat more. And this is backed up by statistics. I don't know the actual number, but they end up start cheating more because they don't know what it is to sleep with more women. So when they get with one woman, they have that feeling like, oh, what if I did get with this woman? What if I did get? And they end up cheating more. As a guy that had already done all that shit, you don't care about it because you already did it. You don't have that drive like, fuck, I always wanted to smash this type of girl. You already did it. So like when you're in a relationship, you don't think about that shit anymore. It doesn't go through your head like, oh, I'm gonna hit up this girl. Like, listen, I know I can get this girl. I know I can go fuck this girl, but I'm in a relationship. Why would I want to waste my time doing that, right? So you get all that out of the way. But while you were doing all the dating and stuff, you still want to be able to find your purpose in life, right? It isn't just about dating, but it's about having a mission, having a goal in mind. Women crave this shit. I'm telling you, when women see their man working hard, they like it. If a woman doesn't like the fact that you're working hard at home or that you're doing another thing on the side or something, maybe she might not be the woman for you. Because when you also have purpose, you're also going to know what worth you have. If a woman appreciates your purpose, you're going to know the type of worth you are, like what you're worth and everything, right? That leads me to the last point, and that's going to be that power comes from knowing your worth. Guys, and I know I said this briefly earlier, but most guys end up forgetting what their worth is immediately once they get into a relationship with a woman. They completely forget themselves. They completely lower their standards. They completely lower everything. You're still the guy that has great worth. Stop lowering all that shit because of a woman. Continue to have that worth. Because if you lose all that, she's not gonna look at you the same way. She's gonna be thinking like, damn, this wasn't the guy I fell in love with. So stop losing yourself and continue to have that worth. Because if you're not grounded, you're not masculine, then she's not gonna have a leader to follow. She wants to follow somebody, right? And she chose you. So you don't wanna continuously lose yourself. You don't wanna lose your worth. Because if you are the prize, right? Because you gotta make sure like, listen, I'm the guy, I'm the prize. You have to show it by leading and showing that you were still that same old guy before that had purpose and continuously still strive for more and strive for more. She's gonna get attracted to that. And it's gonna show that you have more power in the relationship because you are a leader and she's gonna follow you. And if she doesn't follow you and if she doesn't after you doing all that, the best thing you can do is say goodbye. Goodbye. That's it. Leave her. It is what it is. You guys should be able to be willing to leave a woman. The only reason I am, I guess, better at doing it was because I was able to break up with women. I used to be at a point where I would wait till the woman breaks up with me so I can move on because I was just so scared of breaking up with a girl and hurting her feelings. Guys, if the relationship is not going well, you have to do your part and break up. It is one of the most manly things you can do. I had women tell me later on, in the moment, they'll be mad and be like, oh, why are you leaving me? This and that. Later on, they would thank me and say, I appreciate you for leaving me. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a better life. And I'm like, listen, I don't give a fuck. Any girl that I've ever been with, I always want them to be better than when they were with me. And for some reason, every time I was with a girl, they're always doing better. And that's a good thing, right? I never want somebody to do worse than when they were with me. So the only way I was able to do that was by just ended up breaking up and leaving with them. It is what it is, guys. And it sounds harsh, but that is the true reality. You need to know your worth. You need to be with someone that respects you and loves you. And if they don't respect you and if they don't have the qualities you're looking for, after you doing your part as a man, you leave her. That's it. You leave her. However way you say it, you leave her and you stop. You don't continuously text her. You don't still try to get a quick nut out. No, you don't do none of that. And the most important thing, guys, is power in relationships comes from being confident. It's not really about control. I'm not telling you guys to do this because I want you to control her and everything like that. No, it's about being confident, right? Clarity and knowing what you have to do as a man to keep her, right? To get her to respect you, to get her to want you. Because the second you start showing up like the man that she respects, she is going to stay with you even more and crave you and chase you because that's what you continuously want. And the problem, guys, is most guys lose this because they're too busy thinking like, I don't want to lose this girl. I don't want to lose this girl. And the more you think like that, the more you're going to end up losing her because you're scared. You don't want to do little things. Say, oh, what if I lose her? You're going to end up losing her. But when you have worth and purpose, she's going to feel like she's losing more. So you need to show her that you're not scared to lose her. You want her, but you don't need her. That's the way you should be moving in your life. Because at the end of the day, guys, and this is the reality, women are replaceable. Just as like you're replaceable to her, she's replaceable. The woman that you're with now, right? And just to let you know, guys, like there is always going to be somebody better. For her to be with a better guy, there's always going to be a better guy. There's always going to be a better woman, always. But the minute you start chasing and the minute you feel like you're scared to lose somebody, like you're going to lose yourself, man. You're going to be not wanting to do the things you want to do. Like you need to still have a drive. So for her to continuously want you, so you don't lose her, you still got to show up like a leader, be a man, be confident, be masculine. And guys, if this still sounds like you where you don't know how to approach women, you don't know how to talk to women, or you don't even know how to have that confidence to have purpose and drive in your relationship where you feel like something's going down, or even if like the girl that you're with, you just got into a breakup and you don't know how to continuously start from scratch and be the guy that you want to be, make sure you guys click the link in the pinned comments. It's going to take you to apply for a free dating consultation with me. We'll work together. We'll come up with a good plan to see what works best and to see where we start. start from to be able to have the dating life that you want. All right, guys, click the link and book a call and we'll go from there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.